Hi guys, welcome to BFS Wargaming. So today I want to talk about 3 rules that have changed from the core rules to do with terrain and objective markers that I think were just stupid rule changes that have made the game less simple, obviously more complicated by the words of less simple, and they've actually, they're hindering the flow of the game, and I'm going to explain each. There's 3 points. I want to explain each point, and I think the way they had it before was far better for the flow of the game. It was simpler, and I think it was just way more user friendly. I think these 3 points are now going to cause more complications. They're going to cause more feel bad scenarios. So hopefully someone at GW will see it, or if there's more videos made, maybe on bigger channels, or people share this, then hopefully GW might be able to make some corrections and make this simpler, or just change it back to how it was, because it seemed like a better way to play. I'm all up for new things. I think they've made some really good changes in 10th edition. I love the data sheet changes, having everything on the data sheet. There's been some really great changes, and obviously there's been some ones that aren't so good, like this, and you know, there's other ones we could talk about, like things with devastating wounds and whatever else, and some of them interactions. But these are the 3 I want to concentrate today. Please like and subscribe, and we'll jump into the first one, which is about the objectives and not being able to finish your move on it.
Okay, so here is a prime example of why not being able to move onto objectives is a bad rule in any edition. I understand why they did it, because they don't want a big knight to stand there and you not be able to get on the objective. But all this has done is created like a bit where you can, so as the player defending this part, this knight, because he can't finish on this objective, he cannot get into engagement range. So that means that he wants to get into combat, but he can't. Imagine if this was a pure combat, didn't have any guns, just literally takes them out of the game. Like say it was, I don't know, Bellacore or something like that. It's just like, oh, I can't get on there, so I can't get to that. And it's just a ridiculous mechanic, and it's going to create really bad situations. And okay, this isn't like, this has got in between 2 bits of terrain, so you could say maybe you've got to do something where the terrain isn't as close to the objective marker, but it's still going to create bad situations. There's going to be ways to abuse it, and it just doesn't sit right. It doesn't feel right to have this as a rule. I just think it's too easily taken advantage of. And you know, objectives do sometimes need to be near terrain, and it's just going to be one of those things. It's just going to cause bad feeling, and it's going to be, like I said, it's going to be able to be taken advantage of. Okay, so the next rule we're going to talk about is fly. Now, say I've got the Nightbringer here. He's sitting here. He's like, yep, I don't want to get shot by anything over there. He used to be able to fly, so he would have been able to move 7 inches over to here straight away. Okay, now, because this is fly, he has to move up and over. Okay, so you now have to measure diagonally up and then diagonally down. The big problem is this is 4 inches tall. His movement's only 7 inches. So now I'd have to go probably 5 inches out and then 2 inches to there. So he now gets there. Like, it's such a bad mechanic for fly, and especially with stuff like the Catans and the monolith. Like, they gave the monolith a 7-inch move, and then they gave it fly, and I was like, okay, at least it can go over terrain. Nope, you can't, because you'll never get there. You'll never get up and over the terrain. Like, this is only 4 inches tall. I mean, there might be or it's just over 4 inches tall. There might be a rule, I think, that says if it's under 4 inches you can move, but like stuff like this, you're just never going to be able to get over it. You just never be able to move, and it just creates, again, stupid scenarios where in 9th edition it wasn't broken. So why fix it? Why change it for changing its sake? It just seems like, you know, even if you're here and you've got like a 12-inch rule move, and it's like, oh, you've got to measure like 6 up, you've got to go 2 across, and then 5 down, you get to here, whereas a normal 12-inch move would have been to here. Like, it also makes it more complicated. It's not simplified. It's definitely less simple, because you have to now measure up, now measure across, now measure down. Before, you just measured the flats. It makes it like, if you really wanted to do something where you wanted to show that you're moving over terrain, then just say it's minus. If you move over one or more terrain features during that movement phase, it's -2 to your move. So you move 10 inches instead of 12 or whatever it is. Like, just make it simple. Like, why are you trying to overcomplicate things? The whole thing of Warhammer 10th edition was simplified, not simple. Well, this is not simplified, nor is the thing with the objective simplified. Neither one is simplified. So again, another stupid rule change which didn't need to be changed. Okay, so lastly we have the wholly within a terrain feature to be able to shoot out of it. So we take this, for example, if this guy is on here, he could be holding this objective that's on the other side, and stuff can shoot at him, but he can't shoot out. And again, this is another thing which it's not simplified anything. I think it's made things more complicated, because before it was, if you were on or within a terrain feature on the area terrain, you count as being able to shoot through it. Great rule. And you can be shot. Great rule. Seems fair. I can shoot out, I can be shot. Like, it makes sense. The rule makes sense. This new rule, you have to be wholly within it to be able to shoot out of it. Why? If I'm here and I'm right next to that terrain wall, then why wouldn't I be able to stick my gun out of it and shoot out of it? It is stupid. It's not simplified, because now you have to be like, oh no, sorry. If you've, say, got, I don't know, let's take a Necron Warrior, for example, and he can't quite fit on there. Oh, you're not completely on. Oh, you know, you can't shoot. Oh, you've got like almost all of your base on, but you can't. I mean, this guy does actually fit on there, but you know, it just, if it was a Terminator, for instance, wouldn't be able to shoot out. And it's just, why change a rule that worked well? It worked really well. It was a great rule. So why change it? Please, GW, change these 3 rules back. They're not making the game any better. They're just making the game worse and more complicated and harder for new players to play, in my opinion. I think the old, you know, being able to move on to an objective, the old measurements for fly, and this in or within or on, are very, very simple, and they're very good rules that have caused me 0 problems playing throughout 9th edition. So please change it, GW. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you found that insightful, and please like and subscribe, because it really helps the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.